Hey, it's Diane Vives here, Vives Training Systems, and we're here for Austin Fit Magazine, the movement of the month, and we've got Trish here helping us out demo. We're at Tetra Fitness. Really appreciate them letting us come in. We're going to be able to do a segment this week that's going to focus on some things that we can do post-recovery for breast cancer. So there's so many different types of treatments, surgeries involved with breast cancer, but there's some common things that we see, especially after we've cleared from physical therapy and we're ready to get back into fitness. And we're going to start with some really basic things that'll really help out the program and then move us a little bit quicker into working out harder and more aggressively. So what we're going to do is we're going to have Tricia start with mobility first. So in the thoracic spine, a lot of times we close down because of the different treatments. We want a movement that we can use for our movement prep or our dynamic warm-up that really focuses on mobility. And this is called actually the rotation with rib grab. And that sounds funny, but what it is we've set her up in a 90-degree angle here with a straight leg underneath on the down leg so that she has a nice flat back that she's laying on her side. That's important to lock in the lumbar spine for safety and to really make sure that all the movement comes from her thoracic spine. She's going to now go ahead and grab her rib underneath and literally get a nice firm grab on those because the ribs are actually attached to that thoracic spine, and we're going to manually mobilize as we take a deep breath in, and then as she takes a breath out, she's going to rotate, driving that shoulder back. Only as far as she can go successfully. She's going to go ahead and release, come back a little bit, take another breath in, and then she's going to breathe out and really pull those ribs as she drives that shoulder back. Okay, so that is basically that rotation with the rib grab. Great for that mobility. All right, so next what we're going to do is we're going to focus on, we're going to take this foam roll away. She's going to go into a plank position. So the next step for the shoulders and the upper body is static motor control. So that's in controlling that unwanted movement. The plank's a great way to do that. And then she's going to challenge herself by actually using some knee flexion to go into a three-point stance. So that creates some great challenge for the core. And go ahead and switch. We're just going to alternate. So she's got to keep a nice, stable, neutral position here, and that's really going to focus on the strength of the core all the way through the upper body and through that shoulder complex. Going back and forth, alternating to 3 points. What a great challenge, and again, it's that static motor controller stability of the upper body. All right, Trish, go ahead and relax on that one. And then the next one, we're going to incorporate a lot of core into a pushing motion. So we're going to use what we call a half kneeling position. And we're going to actually angle this way just a little bit more. And what we're doing here with Trish is we're going to draw a straight line, almost like we're putting a steel rod from the shoulder through the hip, down to the knee, and actually setting on that knee. We can use a pad, any type of soft surface underneath if it's hard on the patella. And then we're actually going to use somewhat of a narrow stance to really challenge the core. And we're going to bring this foot up a little bit. So that way we're in a 90-degree angle. And she's really, really tall. Sometimes just holding this position is challenging enough and really a lot of work for the core. Then we're going to go ahead and let her have that resistance. You notice that she's going to start with shoulders down, and she's really going to focus on bringing this wrist all the way back to the ribs. And then once she's got the tension with a light band, which we can anchor on anything, she's going to press through and maintain all stability in the lower body. So now it's dynamic motor control of the upper body and static on the lower body. So we've flipped those around so that we can focus on the push. Go ahead and come back. Good. She's really going to focus on keeping that shoulder down away from her ear, and press one more time. Excellent. Come back and relax. All right. So now the bonus exercise that we're going to do today is we're going to focus on something called crocodile breathing. One of the things that happens during treatment is we get really closed down, posture changes, and the body just reacts to a lot of the different treatment and surgeries that we've gone through when dealing with breast cancer. Breathing is one of the most essential things that we've got to recover from, and it actually affects everything down the body and especially in the core. And so this very simple exercise is going to focus on changing the fact that most of us breathe from the chest and up into the shoulders, and focuses on really breathing through the diaphragm and really the lower abdominals. And so what she's going to do is she's going to breathe deeply into my hand for a count of 5 and then out for a slow count of 6. This is very, very light pressure. You can put something on your low back. This is just feedback so that she really presses up into the hand and then out. And then the second part of this is she's really going to focus on pressing out as if she's pushing my fingers out from the side and really trying to minimize as much movement in the upper body as possible. Okay, one more time. That's excellent right there. She's doing a great job of lifting right here in the lower abdominals from the low back out into the sides, getting a nice deep breath. Doing that 3 or 4 times, really focusing on just getting that pattern back will help a lot with that breathing.